Welcome to the Stephanie G Show. We are here at the Black Ink Charleston African American Book Festival. This year is held at the beautiful Meminger Auditorium in Charleston, South Carolina. The Black Ink Charleston African American Book Festival is presented to us by the Charleston Library of Friends. This is its 4th annual year, and this year it is part of the Moja Art Festival, which is an annual celebration of African American culture. The Black Ink Charleston African American Book Festival overall mission is to create a platform for African American authors and expose them to readers. This year's Black Ink Book Festival was sponsored by the College of Charleston Avery Research Center for African American History and Culture. The Black Ink Book Festival celebrates African American authors' contribution to the world of literature. There was such a great variety of African American authors addressing various topics to promote awareness and conversation. This year's keynote speaker was the world-renowned poet, writer, activist, and educator, Nikki Giovanni. All right, I'm here with another fantastic author, C.J. Johnson.
Yes.
Thank you for this interview.
Yes.
And I want you to tell the people what your book is about. It has such a powerful meaning.
Right. Yeah. So it's called Mommy Why Is My Skin Tone Different Than Yours? And at the top I made sure I put melanin popping because it's ultimately about a 6-year-old little girl who is in daycare, not really understanding why she's so dark complected compared to her mother. So though she's brown, her mother's extremely light skinned, so she does not understand, well, how can my mommy be so light and I'm brown? So the mom explains to her on the car ride home, hey, this is what happened, this is melanin, this is, what it does for the skin. And she goes back to daycare and educates them about the beauty of melanin and loving herself.
I love that. It just sends a message in my perspective of that loving who you are, no matter what shade, complexion. Yep. And then I love the scientific component of it, how you explain melanin.
Something from my book, which on the front page, it says, to all my African, African-American, Afro-Latina, albino, Caribbean, and Hispanic children, you can do anything that you want, just believe. So I just wanted to make sure that I represented all different children that has some type of melanin in their skin. And see, a lot of times I think people outlook albino. African American albino make up 70% of albino, in which they lack a pigment called melanin. But I wanted to make sure that they were represented as well in everything that I do as well.
That's beautiful. I love your mission. I love your purpose. Tell the people where they can find you.
Okay, so I'm located on Instagram at Genesis1922CJ, which is GENESIS 1922CJ. You can also go on that link and purchase my book directly. I sell them. That's also located on Amazon if you want to do Kindle purchase or get it from them. I personally like it if you order from me because it's cheaper through me, and also I send a very personal thank you because I believe in just supporting everyone who supports me. So thank you guys.
I love it. And you said you have some more books to come.
Yes, I do. So in the back of every book, you can see the upcoming cover. So the next book is called Daddy, Why Do You Call Mommy Queen? And every 6 months, I'm looking to just continue to produce books so that our children have someone, represented when they read.
That's beautiful. And I wish you any success.
Thank you so much for your time. Thank you.
Make sure sure y'all check her out, y'all.
Yes, Genesis
CJ Johnson. I'm here with this beautiful, wonderful author, Victoria Champagne. She's 17 years old, and is this your first book that you author?
Yes, this is my first book.
Wow, amazing. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Tell us the title, and tell us a little bit about the book.
Okay, so the title of my book is Clockwork. It's a horror romance book. It has a little bit of fantasy in it. It really balances the horror and romance, so it's not really, one doesn't outweigh the other. Two people fall in love and everybody's all happy, and there's like, wait a minute. I thought this was a love story.
Yeah.
So it's like a love story gone wrong.
What's your creative process in writing?
So I actually don't have a creative process. I'll just be riding around like downtown Charleston and I'll get an inspiration. And it's like, you know what? I need to type this in my notes right now. Then I get home, get on my computer and write up the chapters. And it just goes.
Yeah. So it just constantly flowing.
Right, it starts flowing.
So you got to keep like a post-it note.
Right, I have to keep a journal with me or my phone charged so I can, because I never know.
Where do you want this to go?
Okay, so I actually plan on making this into a film.
That's right. You got to put it out there.
I'm going to do about 3 books, and I plan on it being like a little web series or whatnot. I'm actually getting together like, you know, directors and filmers to help me make this into a film.
You have to tell the people about why you started writing it.
We're not popular, like, what cares? And it was just like, you know what? I like horror. I watched The Vampire Diaries, Twilight, so on. And then watching it, and then I go and watch a scary movie like, I don't know, Chucky or something, and then I go watch The Fault in Our Stars, and I'm like, I love both of these. I want to combine it.
Clockwork is the name of the book.
Yes.
Where can people find this book?
So you can find this book on Amazon. Actually, in 2 weeks I have a book signing.
Okay.
October 19th in Northwoods Mall. The name of it is Increasing Faith near Dillard's and across from the Rainbow. So you can come and get a copy, or you can order it on Amazon.
Tell us, guess what? I Was Adopted. Can you tell us what that is about?
Yes, I can. It's an educational book for children as well as their parents. And it tells a loving, caring story about this little boy, Christopher, whose parents sat down with him and shared that he was adopted. And it happened just before he was 5 years old. But importantly, he had been told that previously, but you know, he was too little, he didn't understand. But they understood it was important to continue telling him. Now he began to understand it. And so it's important for parents to know that they should tell their child that they were adopted, that there's nothing shameful about being adopted or having to adopt, you know, as some parents think, and that there's a way to tell the children based on their level of maturity. The other mention I wanted to make was it's educational for children who were not adopted, but who may have a friend or a member of their family who was adopted, and they might not understand what does that mean. So this book helps normalize that. It teaches them that families come together in many different ways. You know, through adoption, through blended families, sometimes second or third marriages. People come into a union with other children. Those are all families. They're all valid families. So this book helps normalize that.
The whole process.
And it's also very multicultural.
Yes, yes.
Because anybody could be adopted. In fact, I was adopted too. And my family was very multicultural, multi-ethnic. And so it was important to me to make sure that children and parents know that they would adopt maybe someone from a different ethnicity or heritage. And if they do, that they want to reach out to people from that heritage for their child as well as for themselves.
I am here with Miss Nadine Johnson. She's an author and a publisher.
Published book to inspire children. So the first series I published was Last Night I Dreamt. I have Last Night I Dreamt I Was a Doctor, and Last Night I Dreamt I Was a Musician, and Last Night I Dreamt I Was a Teacher. And so it's basically to encourage children to start thinking about what they want to be when they grow up at a very young age, to kind of motivate them throughout their life to just go after something, a goal, anything. Yeah.
I love it to think out the box. You gotta. I always tell like my kids, you don't go as far as you think. So
Yes.
when we need those teachers, we need
stage, just showing them different things, taking them different places.
Yes.
My son, he wants to be a pilot. We don't have a pilot in our family, but he flew on a plane and he was like, wow. So it's giving them different experiences, not just what they see on TV.
Yes.
And that's what's going to drive them to do different things.
Great, awesome. So you have to tell people where they can purchase your book.
Yes, you can go to 123mangotree.com or NadineJohnsonBooks.com.
And I love that 123mangotree.com.
Yes.
That's easy, simple to the point.
Yes.
And you told me a little bit about where that came from. You share with people too.
Yes, well, I was born in Jamaica, so it's kind of a homage to being from Jamaica. And mango is my favorite all-time fruit. So that's where it came from. Yes.
Thank you for this interview.
Thank you.
And I'm here with one of the vendors, Odell.
Yes, it's nice being here, back in my hometown of Charleston, South Carolina. The energy, the intellectual energy here is amazing.
Yes, you can just feel it, and just the excitement of just entrepreneurship and people in literacy at the same time is powerful too.
Exactly.
What are you providing to the community? What services?
Sure. Again, Odell Cleveland, born and raised in Charleston, South Carolina, went to Middleton High School. And the reason I'm here is that as an African-American male, when you see stuff that we do, you want to come out and support it because there's so many different biases, prejudice, and stereotypes about the black male's intellect. So we came here, we produced 2 books, and we're releasing another one next month. We've done 5 documentaries, and the main book is on Caregiving 101. How do you take care of mama, grandmama, or grandfather when you work in your career, your professional career, and life taps you on the shoulder and whisper to you, it's your turn now. You have to give up your career. You have to take care of mama. You have to take care of grandmother. And that messes a lot of us up. So that book walks us through my journey, my siblings' journey, how to deal with it and how to work it. Another book, Pracademics, how we started a nonprofit organization and grew it up to $100 million on a nonprofit, getting people out of welfare, getting people out of poverty, all the things that I believe the church and other entities in the black community should do and can do. And I'm not throwing any shade on the church, but what I'm saying is we have to do more than just pray and all that kind of stuff. We have to come out of the 4 walls and make things happen. And the last book that I wrote is called Born to be a Coach. My high school coach, Gary Waters at Middleton High School, my college coach, and we won state championships and we beat your team, you know, Goose Creek and all those things. And then the documentary. So I feel good about this kind of stuff. A lot of times when I was growing up, people would say, you can't do this, you can't do that. The superlatives were, you weren't going to be the most intellectual, you were the most athletic, you were the most this and most that. But a lot of times in school, people, they put things on us that you carry on in life. And a part of taking that off and seeing who you are as a black male, as a black person, how do you support your families? Yes. How do you not deal with the stereotypes, but go beyond the stereotypes? So that's why I'm here. That's why I write. That's why I do these type of things, to help empower others to show that they can do it also. When you start writing and you start reading and you start documenting, because one of the part why I try to document things is because we have to show our family story. We have to tell our story. Because we are people of oral tradition, we speak orally and people understand that, but when we document it, it gives power to that grandchild, that great-grandchild who never met their great-great-grandfather. They heard about it, but they never met him. And now, once you see his face and hear his voice, later on in life, 30, 40, 50 years later, you might have to deep down inside of you and get something that he said or he did to get you past this. Because as you know, in America, people don't always tell our history the way it should be told. Sometimes we don't even tell our own history. And I'm not angry, I'm just passionate about being black. I'm passionate about being successful. I like the idea that I'm not poor anymore. I like all that, but it's not enough just for me. I have to reach back and pull some other people. We build a bridge for those who come in behind us. We plant trees that we know we'll never, ever enjoy the shade. But that's how we overcome. That's how we get from point A to point B. That's how we survive and thrive as a people.
And can you touch bases on why literacy and reading is so like vital for like our developmental growth? I come across a lot of people who really don't like to read, and I see the mind as like a fire pit, and books and knowledge is like adding wood to it. So I feel that it expands your perspective and your horizon on how you see the world.
You know, it's interesting. Years ago, someone told me that if you ever want to hide something from a black man, put it in a book. And I was thinking that they meant like take something and put it, you know, between the pages. But no, what they were saying is put it in the words.
That's fine.
Put it in the words, line upon line, precept upon precept. So now when you start reading and understanding, you start analyzing, you start questioning. And again, you start saying, well, wait a minute, I could learn from that. I don't want to do that. I could, my own history, and that's what helped me. Because when I was in 3rd grade at Albemarle Elementary, right there in west of Ashley, they were going to put me in special ed class. They said, you couldn't learn. You were this, you were that. Nothing against special ed. However, they were wrong. So, if they were wrong about me then, how many other people, how many other black men, how many other black women were wrong? And someone told them something. The teacher told them that you will never be anything. But the flip side, the teacher would tell them you are this when they didn't have the capacity to go there. So that's why reading is so important to me. That's why I'm passionate about learning. That's why I'm passionate about entrepreneurism. That's why I'm passionate about helping my brother man. Because that's important, because a lot of times the black man don't get helped by other black men. We compete against our women. Our women make more money than us, so now all of a sudden we're trying to sabotage them because we're not man enough to know that, hey, she said, I got you. I got you while you get yourself together. I got you, so don't fight me. You know, let's work together. And it's okay, you're not less of a man because I make more money than you. You're my man. I'm your woman. We're building this thing together, and a lot of times, brothers, professional brothers or not, we get crazy when our woman is making more money, when her career is going better, and those type of things, because we can't compete against ourselves. We lose. So whoever's career is hot, let's go with that. It's like playing basketball. Whoever got the hot hand, feed them the ball.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's why I'm passionate about it, because a lot of brothers see themselves as failures if their woman has more education than them. Their wife makes more money than them. Their career is going better than theirs. Listen, don't worry about it. Support her. Love her. Take care of her. She'll support you back. She'll love you back. She'll take care of you back because you won.
One of the great things about being a black American, and particularly about being a black woman, is that we found a way to have joy. We came through 200 years of crazy people, and we found a way to sing a song, we found a way to invent a dance, we found a way to worship a God. And I think, you know, the world owes us for that. I think we're wonderful people. So I do thank you for inviting me here to this great state of South Carolina. And I know I've talked to some writers. Write what you know. Write what you're thinking. Ask yourself what you're learning, because there are stories to be told. And if you can't write them in books, then sing a song. There are ways to get this information.